Good afternoon. My name is Myra Salazar, and I'm a public affairs specialist in the Chicago metropolitan area. And I will be your host for this edition of the Social Security Hotline Show. I would like to welcome Josephine Mueller, my guest for today's show. And Josephine, would you like to say something about yourself?
Absolutely. Thank you, Myra. My name is Josephine Mueller, and I'm very excited to be with you here all today. Good afternoon. I am a claims specialist from the Chicagoland area, so my job is comprised of mainly processing retirement claims, disability claims, Medicare, assisting the public with any questions that they have in regards to those things. So I'm very excited to be here today for the show.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you're here because, as a public affairs specialist, we go out and we talk about Social Security. But at this local offices, I want to thank you for all the work and everything that everybody does at the local offices, because you really have a lot of workloads, even though we have a lot of online services. We understand that.
We do.
So I would like to remind our viewers that the phone lines are open. And of course, this is a live call-in program brought to you by CanTV Channel 21. So the number to call is 312-738-1060, and please call us. We have Rocio Roman Aquendo, who is waiting for those phone calls from you. So we're here for you for any questions that you have. But today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about frequently asked questions. And and when I go out to the community, there's always some common questions that people have. So I think it would be a good idea to go over those. But first, I think it would be advantageous to talk about some updates regarding the new Medicare cards and also about our online services. But the talk right now is about the new Medicare cards.
Yes, it is.
People are really excited. Sometimes, they just don't know what they should do. So it's important for you to know that these cards started going out in April of this year, and they're going to continue till April of 2019. Now, for this state, they're programmed to go out after June. But I just heard that they started releasing them, I believe, 2 days ago. So for this state, you will receive them. So just expect them through the mail and be very careful. But the reason why they're replacing these Medicare cards is because they wanted to remove that Social Security number and replace it with a unique Medicare number. Now, it's meant to protect against fraud and identity theft, and it's just the greatest thing that they've done, really.
It is.
So, Josephine, what are some of the reminders that you would like to let our viewers know about this? Because, we want them to be fully aware.
Absolutely. This is a great feature because, like Ms. Salazar said, the Social Security numbers will no longer be on your Medicare card. So you're being protected. Your number is not on that card anymore. So it's very, very important that you update your address with your Social Security office, because if you don't have your address updated in our system, then we don't know where to send the card, or we send it to the wrong address. So you want to make sure that you update your information with us, so that way you get your new Medicare card in the mail. So that's so important. Social Security isn't going to be calling you in regards to this. They're not going to be asking you for your information over the phone. So it's very important to, if you do receive a call like that, don't answer any questions, hang up. It's not Social Security contacting you. The way we contact you is through mail. So make sure that you update your address. That is crucial, so that you get the information that's being sent to you from Social Security.
Absolutely. We've heard of some people saying that they have received some calls. Yes. And they're asking for money. So just know that Medicare and Social Security will not call you for that personal information, and they're certainly not going to charge you.
Absolutely not.
So there's nothing to do. You can even destroy your old Medicare card once you get your new one, but just be aware of any of those phone calls, because there's nothing worse than to get a call like that, and we want to make everybody aware. So the other thing is, we also want to talk about My Social Security, because it's really important. And one of the things is it certainly is it's a personal portal that you can use so that you can access your personal information, and that there's nothing better than to have that personal information at your fingertips, because it gives you the control. And for that reason, can you explain how do you actually register for a My Social Security account?
So you would go to www.socialsecurity.gov, and you would go on the website, and it will tell you on the website that you can go to the My Social Security account, and you register for a new account, and there you would answer any security questions that they're asking, and it'll ask you questions that are specific to you, so that way when you create your account, you're able to create your account. And also once you get into your account, you create an account, you create a password, make sure you keep your username and your password in a safe place, so that way you can continue to access your My Social Security account. As you're accessing your My Social Security account, you're able to review your earnings, so your earnings record,
Right.
what you've worked is on the record, and you can access them through My Social Security account. Under earnings record, you can also, if you are receiving Social Security benefits, you can print out a benefit verification
Yep.
letter. So it's a printout of what you receive monthly from Social Security. Many people come into our office and they request a benefit verification letter, and sometimes the offices are very busy, and at times you can wait quite some time to get a benefit verification letter. And if you have a My Social Security account, you're able to access that immediately in the comfort of your
Absolutely.
home. It takes about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, to print this
To do it,
out.
yeah.
So it's so easy,
Yeah.
so convenient. You don't have to
It
go out of
really
your
is.
house. You can stay, in your pajamas and do it. It's so simple.
From
so
anywhere, really.
Anywhere,
As long as
absolutely.
you have a tablet or a cell phone, whatever it is, maybe.
Absolutely. So
But
it's a great
one of the
feature.
things I also wanted to mention is that it's so important to access your Social Security statement.
Yes.
Because we used to mail it out, but of course we stopped because it was just too expensive. And individuals that are 60 and over are receiving those through the mail, but why wait when you can get access to it online? And it's really important to verify your lifetime earnings, because if you have a year missing, it could be maybe $100 less in your benefits, right?
Absolutely.
So it's important to review them to make sure that they're correct. And if you have a year missing or two, go into the office, take in your W-2 so that they can do an earnings correction. So it's really important. And the other thing is that it shows you those projections for your future benefits, not only
It
for
does.
retirement, right?
Yep, for any projections if you were to become disabled at an early
Yeah,
age,
absolutely.
projections if your spouse is eligible for benefits, projections if your children are eligible for benefits, what they would receive.
Absolutely. And sometimes when I go out to the community, I hear people saying I have to buy a disability insurance, life insurance, and I ask them, do you know how much you're getting from Social Security for your future benefits? And they say no. So you should really find out what are those benefit projections for you in the future, because that way you at least know what you're going to receive from Social Security, and then you know how much you need from a private insurance, because these are actually insurance benefits. You have to think about it that way, because if you're paying FICA taxes, you're buying a package of benefits, not only for yourself as a worker, but for your family members. So that's really important, right?
Absolutely,
So don't
yes.
forget to register for a My Social Security account. It's very advantageous. So now let's talk about those frequently asked questions that we wanted to talk about. So, people are always asking, how soon can I apply for retirement benefits? And of course, Well, how soon can they do it?
Well, the soonest you could apply is 61 years and 9 months of age for retirement benefits. So in order to be eligible for retirement benefits, you do have to be 62, but you can come in 3 months ahead to apply for the benefit. You have to be 62. Keep in mind, you have to be 62 for a full month in order to be eligible. And once you apply, the month that you have been 62 for a full month, you get paid out the month after. So that's the earliest that you can receive Social Security benefits.
And the other thing to remind everybody is that if you retire early at 62 or 63, you still have to wait until 65 for Medicare.
Correct.
And that's really important because sometimes when you let the public know about that, they say, oh, how am I going to have health insurance then, right?
Yeah,
health
that's
coverage.
true.
It's important to know that. And once you're receiving benefits, if you start earlier, then the Medicare goes out automatically. Is that correct?
Correct. Automatically.
Yeah. So just be aware of that. And also, Social Security is all about options. So 62 is the earliest. But some people think that once you reach your full retirement age, that the benefit will go up.
That's true. Some people do think that. Unfortunately, that is not what happens.
No.
If you take the benefit early, it is reduced due to taking it early, due to age.
Right.
So, you want to make sure that you review all your options, you review your financial situation to see when is best for you to take your Social Security benefit. So, yeah, definitely it will be reduced if you take it early.
And it may be they want to wait until their full retirement age, right?
Correct.
Because they want that 100% of their benefit, right? So in that case, you would wait until your full retirement age?
Full retirement age, and at this time, full retirement age is 66 for many individuals. Keep in mind, if you do take the benefit early at age 62 or any time prior to full retirement age, you are subject to an earnings limit. So if you are working, you can continue to work, but if you're going over the limit, for every $2 that you go over, $1 is reduced from the monthly Social Security benefit.
And that's really important.
It is. And this year's limit for 2018 is $17,040. That's the yearly limit. The monthly limit is $1,420.
Yeah. So let me ask you, if I decide to retire, in August, and I've worked, from January to July, and I've made $30,000. Well, how does that affect me?
Well, as long as you're going to retire and you say I'm stopping work completely, then you can start up your benefit right away, even though you made $30,000 because you're going to stop working. So your benefit will become effective once that work stops.
And then, once I retire, then I say, oh, you know what, this is not enough. I think I'm going to take a part-time job. And what should I do if I decide to do that?
And you can do that, but just make sure that you are under that monthly limit then, which is this year the monthly limit is $1,420. As long as you remain under that limit, you don't have to report anything to us. However, if you do go over that monthly limit, you do want to let us know because we do have to put that into our system. If we don't know, if we're not informed, what will happen is the following year you'll get a letter from Social Security in regards to an overpayment.
And we want to avoid those, right?
Definitely, we want to avoid those.
And the other option is that you can delay it. So you can delay it after your full retirement age up to the age of 70. Now that sounds really interesting to some people, and that could be 8% increase for every year you delay your retirement. So let's say if my full retirement age is 66 and 6 months, and I decide, you know what, I'll wait one more year. And for that one more year, I could possibly get that 8% increase for that year.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And maybe if I want to wait another year, I'll get another 8%.
You can continue to get that 8%.
It's all about options. And that's why it's important for you to know, how Social Security works. Because that way you can start planning ahead of time, right?
Absolutely.
It's really important. Now, the other thing is, how do you become eligible for retirement benefits? How many years or what are work credits?
Well, you would work credits, or they also it's also used interchangeably with quarters of coverage. Means that you would have to work and pay into Social Security a certain amount before you get these quarters of coverage or credits. This year, for 1 quarter of coverage, it's $1,320 for 1 quarter of coverage. You need at least 40 in order to be covered. For Social Security benefits, you need 40 quarters of coverage or credits, and you can earn up to 4 credits per year.
Yes.
And so you at least had to have paid into Social Security for 10 years or, have those
Yes.
40 quarters of coverage based on the earnings that you've worked.
Right. And sometimes I run into people and they say, well, I'm already 67, and I only have 38 credits, work credits. Can my family buy them for me?
Unfortunately, it does not work that way. And we have a lot of people coming into the office too asking
Yeah,
about
right?
that. Yeah, absolutely.
It
They're ready.
happens a
People are ready
lot.
with their checkbooks, ready to pay for those credits.
Oh.
However, you actually have to work for an employer, or if you're self-employed, you would file your taxes, paying the FICA taxes, and that's how you would get your quarters of coverage.
Absolutely. And sometimes they say to me, well, who's going to hire me now? At this age, who's going to hire me? Well, I always say, well, in Chicago, in the Chicago metropolitan area, they do have some programs, some senior work programs, so it's good to call like Catholic Charities, somewhere like that, to find out about these programs. And maybe you can get, a job where you can earn just that one credit that you need. And if I were that person and I won and I got that job and I earned that 1 or 2 credits I need, what can I do right after I earn that?
You can come into Social Security with your pay stubs, and we can look at those pay stubs, see what you've paid into Social Security already, and go ahead and start your application.
That is just so great. I think that, people really will appreciate that information because it happens. It really does. Now, you said 10 years is the minimum, but for us to do the actual calculation, we take into consideration 35 of your highest years of work,
Correct.
right?
The highest 35 years
So
of work.
if you only have 10 years and you have low lifetime earnings, then your benefit will be kind of low too, right?
Yes, it
Because
will.
you had the minimum years, and what do we do if you only have 10 years and we're looking for 35? We have to add zeros, right?
Yes,
We have
correct.
to add those zeros, and those extra zeros will bring the average down. That's generally how it works. But the other thing is that what are the kinds of things that I should think about before I consider retiring, which is so important because sometimes people ask me, when do you think I should retire? I said, you know what? I would love to help you with that, but I don't know your situation,
Correct.
right?
Everybody's situation's different. Everybody's financial situation's different. So it's definitely important to evaluate your own personal situation to make that decision, that very important decision of whether or not you're ready to retire.
Absolutely.
And, you want to use all your resources in order to make that decision. And a best resource that you have at your fingertips is a My Social Security account.
Yeah.
So,
And then, you have to consider your health.
yes.
Do you have other income and resources that are available to you? Also, your life longevity. How long do you think you're going to live, right?
Yeah, correct.
I mean, there's just so many factors for you to consider, and also Medicare. I mean, if you retire before 65, then you have to consider Medicare. So really, Social Security is there for you because at our website, we have a lot of benefit planners and calculators that you can use.
Yes.
Right? So it's really important for you to know that. The other thing is, what is the, people always say, well, what is the full, the maximum retirement benefit? What is it this year?
So this year, the maximum retirement benefit is $2,794 for this year. That's the max.
So I guess what you have to keep in mind is that if your lifetime earnings are low, and your benefit will be low generally,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
So it all depends on all those lifetime earnings, and that's why it's important to review your lifetime earnings on the Social Security statement, because you have to make sure that we have all those earnings posted under your Social Security number.
Absolutely.
And it's all on the Social Security statement.
Absolutely. So you can access that at mysocialsecurity.gov if you create a My Social Security account. And it's never too early to create an account. I have an account. I love it. I'm able to review my earnings whenever I want to do that, to make sure that my earnings are being posted, because I am aware and I do know that those earnings are going to affect me later on once I do apply for Social Security. So you want to make sure that you do that. It's very, very important, because those earnings are used to calculate your monthly benefit amount.
Absolutely. The other thing is that we have the retirement estimator, and that calculator is linked to your actual earnings. And what can you get from looking that up in the retirement estimator?
So you can look to see your estimate, to see how much you would be eligible for at early retirement age at 62. If you waited till 63, 64, 65, it breaks it down for you. It gives you the different years that you, if you want to retire, what that benefit would be approximately. So it's very important for you to review that if you are making that decision to retire soon, or if you want to see ahead of time what that benefit would be.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing is, since we're getting to the end of the show, I want to make sure that we talk about other features that are available under My Social Security. We want to make sure that you know that you can replace your Social Security card, right?
Yes.
If you have that My Social Security account, there's so much you can do. But I know some people would like to replace their Social Security card, and they can do it online. And how would they do that?
It's a nice new feature. You go onto our website, you create a My Social Security account. You're able to apply for a replacement Social Security card. If you are a U.S. citizen, 18 or older, and have a valid driver's license or state ID for the state of Illinois, you're able to apply for a replacement online, which is really nice, because once again, like I stated before, sometimes our offices are very busy and you can be waiting quite some time for services. And if you go online, you're able to do it in the comfort of your own home. It takes about 5 minutes, maybe even less, to apply for a replacement Social Security card.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing is that now beneficiaries can report their wages online as well.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
I mean, there is just so much that you can do on our website. We want to make sure you know that you can file for retirement, disability, Medicare, spouse's benefits online. And it's very easy to do. I know that sometimes people think, well, if I file online, and I'm not sure, I make a mistake. When you finish your application, that's not the end of it, right? Because it goes to the local office. And what do you do at the local office?
So when someone files online, someone like me who is a claim specialist will review your application. And if you put any remarks in the application in regards to a question you might have had, or if there's something on the application that we're not quite sure of, we will give you, we will send you a letter in the mail requesting for information, or we will notify you in some way. So you will have contact with us after the application if there is something that is in question with that application.
Absolutely. So, so you don't have to be scared about that. We're always there to help you too. So, you can do a lot on our website. And also, even if you move to another country, which people should know, Social Security is always close by. We're always there through life's journey, in the present and in the future, but we have our American embassies around the world.
Yes,
and we have a lot of agreements with a lot of countries, so if you want to receive your benefits in another country, just call us, contact us, and let us know, what country you want to go, live, and you have to give us your residence address. We'll look it up and see.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So
absolutely.
We're always close by. Also, we have interpreter services for anybody who needs the service, right? By phone or in person. We're always there for you. We want to make sure that you understand the information, and we want to make sure that you get the correct information. And also, if you're visually impaired, you have the option of getting those letters in Braille, big print, but followed up by a phone call. All you have to do is let us know. There's so much, right?
There's so much out there for the public, and everything we do talk about, all the information that we do provide, whether you come into our office or we're explaining or informing you through this program, you can find all that information online. And as Ms. Salazar stated, there's information in different languages, and we provide information in publications in different languages, and that's
Absolutely.
online.
The other thing we should mention is we want you to visit us online to be able to do those online services, because the baby boomers really love it. But we're also, open at our local offices from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. But on Wednesdays, we close at noon, at 12. And we have to make sure we let you know, because sometimes I still see people coming.
Yes.
Right? And then, of course, we have the 1-800 number where you can call. And we're there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you contact our automated services, I think some people don't know that they can call if you are unable to use the internet. You can call us, and if you need to replace your Medicare card or you need a benefit verification letter, you just call us, give us your name, your social security number, and let us know what you need, and we'll send it to the resident or mailing address on the record.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
It's safe.
It is safe. And our national Social Security hotline is 1-800-772-1213. That is 1-800-772-1213.
Yes, and I guess, we're getting to the end of the show, but just wanted to let you know that we really appreciate you watching us so that you can learn about Social Security. We're here now, but this is our last show, can you believe it?
Yeah.
For this quarter. But we want you to return in the fall, because we're going to have more exciting shows for you to make sure that you understand how our programs work, what benefits you can get, and especially that you go to our website at www.socialsecurity.gov, because we have a lot of information for you, and we also have materials in other languages, more than 16 different languages. So please visit our website, or you can always call us at 1-800-772-1213. We're there for you. And remember that Social Security is there for you always, in the present and in the future. Thank you so much to the team. Thank you.
Thank you
for being
having me.
here. And of course, Rocio on the phones. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching.
joining us. Bye-bye.